Hi, this is Lori from the Pink Girly channel, and this is my second day for my September daily. I said I'm not going to record every day, and I may not, but I just had an idea for my second day, so I'm going to go with it. So yesterday I did the cover, which is really just very kind of plain and straightforward, and then first day of September, I think about reading, writing, and arithmetic. So this is the spread that I did. Now I did jelly print all my pages, and I just said to a good friend, I don't know why I did that because they're really kind of busy. And then we were just chatting, and I wasn't going to record, but I had an idea. I'm trying to make the daily that has something to do with something that happened or I did during the day. So I live streamed earlier and I worked on some black paper. So I just painted black paint on this page of my September daily journal, art journal that is. And I didn't have one of my favorite stamps, not stamps, stencils with me. It was out in the other room. So I went and got that and I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll redo what I did earlier, my live stream, because I don't think it turned out that great. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to use a piece of scrap paper here. I've got a makeup brush. Gosh, I'm all twisted up tonight. I've got a makeup sponge and I've got a little bit of gesso, white gesso. Now you can use black paper or you can paint a surface black if you like. Now this was inspired. I found a gal by the name of Noit Art on Facebook, and I liked the spread she did, and so I tried to do what she did, and it was okay. It wasn't terrific, and I'll link my video for my live stream um, in the description box for this video, and if you want to check it out, you can. What she did was she had a piece of black. Well, you know what? I don't even know if her paper was black. She made of painted papers and put them together to make a journal with black pages. It could have been. Now I'm trying. I didn't tape down my stencil, so I'm trying not to move it and trying to just dab off some of my gesso. And what she did was use very stencils. She had a paisley print stencil, and she had some feathers, and they looked really cool. And then when she pulled up her stencils, after she had them on her dark surface, she let that dry, and then she said she used watered down acrylic paint. Now I was looking at this at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't see her water it down, but she did put the acrylic paint on a baby wipe. So I did that in my stream earlier, and it was just okay for me. I mean, it wasn't a slam dunk, if I'm honest. So then I did some other things during my stream, and then after my stream ended, I had an idea and I redid my black page. Now I have a black page journal, but of course that didn't work in my September daily because I had already, jelly printed all these pages. So I just painted that with acrylic paint. All right. So now I've done my stencil. This is probably still a little damp. So I'm going to use my heat gun. Now, what Noe did was she took the corner of a baby wipe and dipped it in some acrylic paint. She had real bright color. She used, I think, a purple, pink, and maybe a turquoisey type blue. And she rubbed them all together and they looked fabulous. I put mine up. Let's see. Let me just grab it and I'll show you real quick. So I think I learned a couple of things, and I really need to rewatch her video. So this is what I did during my live stream. So a couple of things. The images and the stencils that I used, I think, are too far apart, too spread out. So it was hard to get the baby wipe and the color on the white portions. Okay. And to me, it just didn't work so well. And then I tried a more dense stencil, as you can see here, and it worked a little bit better, right? But this again was with the acrylic paint. And like I said in my live, there's a learning curve with everything, right? Trying to get the feel and get the touch and, you know, figuring out how I might get it to work. And then after I ended my stream, I thought, because I was working on this piece as well, and I used a lot of my distress oxides to do this spread as part of my stream. And then I thought, well, I wonder how it would be if I use my oxides instead of acrylic paint. And so this is what I did after my stream, and I think I like that a lot better. I think the result, sorry, hit my camera, turned out a lot better. So that's what I'm going to do here for my daily, because that's what I did today. So I'm switching up my colors a little bit because this is a fall kind of journal going into September. So I painted my page with, like I said, acrylic black paint. I've stenciled with gesso, and I've pulled out my gathered twig distress oxide. I've got my spiced marmalade oxide, and then I'm also going to use my peeled paint distressed ink. Now they should all work together, so I'm going to start with my green, and I'm just going to move that around in different areas. Now this, of course, is a small little daily journal. And as I'm tapping this, I'm picking up more color off of the ink pad. But I think it, now I could use a smaller brush, and then I could really get in there a little better. There's individual spots. Now I'm just rubbing this off on a piece of paper toweling. Now I'm going to go to my oxides, and I'm going to try my spiced marmalade. And I want to overlap that a little bit with my green. Work it in. And of course, I think I can layer this up too. So if you like the color to be a little more intense, you could apply more, go over it a couple of times. Get some in the center here. All right. I think that looks good. And now I'm going to go with my gathered twigs. And of course, that's a brown tone. This is also an oxide. And as I'm looking at this, I think it needs a little something else. So I'm going to contradict everything I said, and I'm going to get out my Distress Kitsch Flamingo and see how this looks in a couple of these spots. This might not be as bright. See, it's not as bright as I thought, so that's pretty good. This is very subtle. I hope you can see this pretty well. So now the question is, what else do I put on my page? I just thought about this. I didn't really think about where I'm going to go after this. So I think we need some words of wisdom, perhaps, or maybe a little stamp. We have this cute little dragonfly, and they're certainly on their way out because summer is on its way out. And let me grab a little versifying black ink. Oh, that looks nice and juicy. Let's see. Oh, it didn't turn out so good. We might have to get out some black paint. Let's put another one here. We can easily paint right over this. Now I do have stuff underneath here, so that's probably not going to, well, it didn't stamp too badly. All right, so I'm going to do something that I don't want you to do. I'm going to use paint in the lid of my, this is just an apple barrel black, which I normally don't use, but I got it in with a stack of stuff, I think at Goodwill or whatever, and I'm just going to use it. So I'm just going to take my brush and paint in these little dragonflies. And then I think I'm going to pull out a white Posca pen. I might get a different color. We'll see. White's probably going to be my best bet. I know I shouldn't twirl my book, but I just do so much better if I can twirl my pages. Now, some of you that watch may say, well, now why does she say don't put your paintbrush in the lid of your paint bottle? Well, because it can cause your paint to lump up and get contaminated. You really should put some out on a palette. Oh, look, I just put the back of my book into my puddle of can't think of the name of it, the white stuff I was using. Oh my goodness. See, I'm concentrating on painting these dragonflies. Gesso, my white gesso. I move things out of the way, and I think that's a good idea. And I think I've got them moved out far enough, but it never seems to be far enough. I need a little thinner tail there for that guy. All right, so it's going to need a few minutes to dry. Let's cap that up before I get in trouble. And let me dig out a Posca pen. See if I can. I wonder how this one will work. This isn't a Posca. This is a Moxic paint marker. I don't know if I've ever really used this one. Well, that writes pretty good. I wonder if I'll be able to see that on my background. And I'm just going to say goodbye, summer. And this is just for me. Goodbye. Uh-oh. I didn't put enough bumps on my M. I was afraid of running into that dragonfly. I'm going to use my heat gun. You may have noticed that the paint marker picked up the oxide. So it's not bright white. My summer needs a redo. It definitely needs a redo. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Oh, it's not, want not. So you just got to go with the flow. It's just my daily, right? It can be anything I want. I'm going to add that right on like that. And I'll be better off if I print it, I think. All right. Now let's let that dry. That could be dry a little more. And now I wish I had I have a really nice sparkly gold marker in by my comfy chair. I just put all these markers away. So let's just, I've got my gold Posca. I think I'm going to put a little gold around. This is the fun thing about a daily. You can get as involved or not as involved as you want or as your day allows you to. So I'm just going to come over this goodbye again. And I'm just going to tear off that little bit of white on that summer. And get out my handy dandy glue. All right, so I'm coming up on 20 minutes, and I don't want these little daily videos to be much longer than this. So I'm going to glue that down. And I'm going to shake my gold Posca. My gold Posca is not one of my favorite gold pens. But for the sake of time, oh my goodness, now my glue lid's not cooperating. There it goes. This may not do what I think it'll do, but I'm just going to put a little gold underneath these wings. Probably should have put white. And that's going to be it for my daily. I'm going to date this, and I'm going to be done. So thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And if you're going to do a September daily and join me on this little trek, let me know. I'd love to hear. So that's it for now. Take care. I'll see you on the next video. And don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Bye-bye.